Good morning, world, and welcome to Off-Gridding in the Desert. I'm sure you can hear the generator in the background. Um, but yes, welcome to Off-Gridding in the Desert. Yeah, it's kind of a challenge to live off-grid, especially when you live in the middle of the grid. Unfortunately, we are surrounded by power, but we get no power. We've been contacting APS for 2 years to get power to my land, so that way I can build a house out here, and APS is just taking their sweet time. So, nonetheless, I wanted to create a video chronicle because now starts the real processing. I've had people out to the property finally. It took 2 years. I had inspectors and, the people that look for the lines underground, so that way you can look for utilities. And they found some utilities, but they didn't do as good as I hope they would. There's no power close to me. The power is closest to my neighbor and behind me, but they can't run it off from behind me. They have to, because they want to keep the power line contiguous, so it's going to go all the way down the one road. But yeah, I figured, as an introductory video, I'd say welcome to Off the Grid. I'm going to be making posts, I'm hoping a couple times a day, just chronicling what I do and all that kind of stuff. So let's go over a few projects that I have going and what it looks like out here. Right now it's a bit of a mess because I just got everything out here. Where I was staying could no longer let me stay because APS had taken this long to prep everything. So because it had taken so long for APS to prep, I've been out here now for about a month, but because it took so long for APS to get their shit together after 2 years, I'm having quite a challenge. So let me flip this camera around and show you guys what I got. So first shot's a porta potty, but yes, one of the essentials is to buy one. Run a fireworks tent, and we'll get through that once, because I'm chronicling everything at this point. But yeah, we're going to run a fireworks tent. We had this too, we purchased it so that way we could have one for our fireworks tent events. And yeah, it didn't pan out for the one company, but nonetheless, I'm glad that I have it because it's one of the most essential things to have when you're off-gridding. And yeah, can't live without it, that's for sure. I got a Ford F-250, so I've got a pickup truck, do anything that I need to with. Got my daily driver car. Got my fifth wheel. Actually, I have a nice, very large fifth wheel at the moment. Working on this pressure washer as a project, working on this pressure washer to get it rolling again. I just got it a nice pump, and then the motor quit, so now I'm getting it, I put a Predator motor on it, and it's going to have a nice pump, and things will go from there. I've got my generators here. One's a little bit older, one's a little bit newer. The newer generator is what we're running off of at the moment. It's nice and quiet. This one is not. They're the same generator, but this one, like I said, is a lot older. This is going to be your essential power amounts when you're living off-grid. I wouldn't recommend anything less than that, or you're not going to be able to run much of anything. Then we've got my outbuilding. I don't have my keys on me. I should have brought them, but let's see if I left it unlocked. I did. Alright, so this is where I've got my refrigerators and where I keep all my stuff. Like I said, it's a mess because I just got moved in here. So, and then this I got to turn on because we got to get some air moving through here. But yeah, and then I've got a battery backup for my fridge. Gives me about 3 hours of runtime if the generator runs out of fuel. and I'm not home, and it's Wi-Fi connected. I do have internet out here. It only makes sense to have internet out here. So the struggle is it's a Verizon hotspot, but they only meter the data that you use at 5G speeds. They don't meter 4G speeds. And since they don't meter 4G speeds, I can use as much data as I want. They don't, I mean, literally it says out of unlimited. It doesn't say out of, so many before slowdown. So, well, this is a soft introduction. I don't want to get into what the inside of the fifth wheel looks like on the first post. This will be just the first post. I don't want to get too in-depth on too many projects because, again, I want to be able to create some videos for you, give you some more information on things. I'm sure a lot of you know, any of you who are from my other two channels, Happy Times Reviews and my car wash channel, know what I do, where I work, stuff like that. I just worked at Lowe's, as you saw in the car. I work DoorDash full-time now. I'm getting my cleaning things back off the ground so that way I can make some good money on my own. Lowe's was not cutting it. It does not pay enough, especially when you're living as far out as I do. I'm not going to disclose quite yet where I'm at. I'll just tell you I'm in Arizona. But I'm pretty remote in Arizona. I'll see if any viewers can figure this out. Now, I'm sure you won't know exactly where I'm at because satellite view doesn't show me yet. But I can give you an idea of where I am. Let's get this camera flipped back around, and I'll give you the full scope of the background. So there's a solar going on back there. They're building solar farm out there. You can see those are natural gas power plants back there. If we zoom in, you can still see, again, it's solar surrounded by these natural gas generation units. And then I'm not going to be specific because I don't want keywords being found on my videos. But that's a very well-known power plant, especially for Arizona. So, this is where I live at the moment. Like I said, this is the neighborhood. That's the closest neighbor that has power. So, and that's what I drive daily and what I do for a living. So, yep. Like I said about a porta potty, these run about $500. Totally worth it. I got one with a sink, so I got a foot pedal sink to wash my hands. I found a company to be able to service it for me. So, totally worth it. Alrighty, well, like I said, I don't want to get into too much detail because I want you guys to have multiple, check-ins with me so I can tell you what things are. That's a solar-powered bug zapper. Not really much to talk about on that. And then, yeah. Alright, guys, I will check in with you next time. Alright.